Welcome back to Dirt to Daytona, folks. Today we've got our penultimate race of not just the season, but the series. Phoenix International Raceway. We've got two opportunities for top fives to break our record, which was 22 top five finishes, and an opportunity to get two more victories this season, as our last two races have not resulted in wins, but not because of our inability to drive, mainly just circumstances, which, let's be honest, isn't that how it usually goes. All right, folks, I'm going to get out there, do a little bit of practice, and we will see you at qualifying. Well, I don't know where I'm at, but I've won with this setup before, so hopefully we can do well. I'm on a bit of a time crunch. All right, here we go down the front stretch. Phoenix-inspired paint scheme for the race. Gotta roll this a little bit here. Not too bad. On the brakes here. Drive it inside, hopefully to get a good drive off. Nope, kind of messed that one up. Hope it's not too bad. Rest of the lap felt pretty good.
All right,
yeah,
let's see where we play.
Very good. Yeah, and that's how you win races. Hopefully it's not a caution that messes us up. I know it won't be tires this time, like it was last week. So we're gonna follow the right routine. We're gonna put together a solid performance here at Phoenix, and hopefully we're gonna go back to our winning ways.
Welcome to the Valley of the Sun and Phoenix International Raceway. This gem in the desert has been shining since 1964. With its unique design and beautiful surroundings, it's earned its reputation as one of the top visits on the circuit.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green flag.
Best thing we can do here is just be consistent. Honestly, we are on cold tires right now, so this is always a pain for me, but hopefully we'll have a good drive off. It worked out pretty well. So many times I've gotten run over on these restarts, or on these starts, I should say, which is always a challenge. You're pushing hard, but you're on cold tires right on the start. But this time, folks, we will complete lap one in the lead. Hopefully, many more. Looks like Mark Martin jumping up to second place in front of Tony Stewart. See if I can find a good spot for me here. A nice rolling point. The problem for me on this track, obviously, isn't being in the lead. It's the challenges that'll come when we are not in the lead at some point when we pit. If there's a caution and we pit out of schedule or something and end up in the back of the pack. Truly, I think the best thing we can do there is kind of what we did at North Carolina, which is wait for the pack to thin out as it does and then make our way forward. We 155 lap race. I want to say it was 37 laps to the tank. A standard three-stop race. And, I mean, I'd be okay if every one of those stops was under green and we had not a single caution. That would make me very happy. Is that going to happen? Doubtful, but I'd be happy about it if it did. I was breaking a really straight line there. I may be able to actually brake under turning, but I got so used to it when I was really bad at this track. In the first time that I did this series, it became, and I think I've talked about this earlier in the series, that usually my worst tracks end up becoming my best tracks because, of course, I put all the focus into them. And that's kind of where we're at right now. This was by far one of our worst tracks that I performed at in the first time I did these recordings. And I even had some challenges with it once I got back into it, but we eventually got into a really good groove overall. And as you can tell now, as we've jumped out to almost a 3-second lead, we are absolutely good at this track now, even though it doesn't look super pretty the whole time. We still do a very good job. Fast corners for us. And of course, do our best to not overdrive it. But first one is always, or first stint is always pretty chill. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of speed things up. Not kind of, we're going to speed things up on this first run. And we'll get back with you when we're doing our first pit stop. Because after the first pit stop, I expect things to really heat up with traffic and be a lot more exciting to watch.
yellow's out.
Oh, caution comes out.
Clear low.
And we've got just 4 laps in the tank left, so we'll pit. And that'll be a normal pit stop for us. No big deal there. Love, love, love to get around Bobby Labonte here on the exit of the turn. It's going to be a... No, he's got it. All right. We lapped a lot of cars the natural way, and that's a big deal for us. I know I drove super aggressive there, but I really wanted to lap as many cars under green as I possibly could. Make this just not a competition. We will see you, though, after the caution.
Get set. The race is going green.
One moment,
There's
please.
the green flag. Clear low. Clear high.
Drift style. Hold it. Thank you, John Wood, for deciding to turn us. That was good. We ended up in getting ahead of everybody with that, so I guess I'm not too upset about it. Jeff Burton, who we just passed, was the one who brought out the caution, so he pit before everybody else did. And it ended up actually kind of screwing us because he was in front of us. We shouldn't have had anybody in front of us, but that's okay. We pit just like everyone else, and we came out in front of everybody, which is how it should be because we're the best. Just kidding. AI, and this is not the greatest on Phoenix. I want to say we lapped all but 6 cars. Shortly after we went to the speed up, we did, come on, that's on me. I keep missing that corner. Yeah, shortly after I sped up, we started to pass the back of the pack. And then right around the time we were about to pass them again, because of how poorly they run this track apparently, we ended up catching the leaders, or the double-digit, single-digit, higher quality cars. And that was where things got interesting because they were obviously trying to pass the triple-digit cars, and we're trying to get around everybody. And it got, it got a little more spicy. But after I right when I got around Dale Jr. and Tony Stewart in that pack, we were kind of back and forth for a minute, and then I just decided to back off and just drive the track the way I could drive the track, and we ended up getting around them. So it was that's one of the reminders to you're not racing the car, the other cars, as much as you're racing the track. You can't change your driving style when you get around other cars, because it was a perfect example of seeing me try to all of a sudden drive the way that they were driving instead of being patient, instead of working my points, getting better drive off, getting to someone's fender, and passing them the right way. And when I changed that style, it certainly changed the way that things were going. We got the pass on all of them. So we had overdriven it quite a bit, so our tires were getting pretty slick at the end, but we figured it out. We ended up doing pretty well. And as you can tell, I mean, the way that we lose this race is, again, one of those off-scheduled cautions, or we're not on schedule with everyone else. And the last 2 races, well, I will actually give the last race, Rusty Wallace, that was North Carolina. We couldn't, or no, was it Tony Stewart? Rusty Wallace was Atlanta. I don't remember. I ran them all kind of recently together, but over 2 days. Anyway, the North Carolina race, the Rock, where we finished 3rd, that was absolutely 100% on me for not preserving my tires on that run. We could have made it on fuel and won the race, but my front right would have blown, and so I had to go in and at least get the front or the right side tires changed. And for that, we ended up getting 3rd because the first place car was, it was Tony Stewart. Yeah,
Still there. All clear.
Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, whoever won the race, because now I'm drawing a complete blank on it. Yes, I know you're probably screaming at the screen because you just watched it, but they ended up making it on fuel mileage. They ended up not having to pit again after the last caution. So Poor planning on my part. I just assumed everyone was going to have to do a quick stop. We'd throw right sides on when we got a can of fuel and been fine, and maybe had to race a little bit, but we had a pretty heavy lead before we went into pit road anyway, so it didn't work out that way, and we ended up in third. The race at Atlanta, that was 100% just misfortune of how the cautions came out. Had I gone on the same strategy as the winner, we would have won. I chose not to pit the last time, expecting there not to be another caution, and there was. And that other caution was what screwed us, because once we were back on the lead lap, I know I cheered for it right away because we were back on the lead lap, but the reality came out quite quickly to let me know that that was not the greatest move, because the lead we had was completely swallowed up.
Stay high.
And so the next time we pit, we lost it. So we ended up with a top 10 there, but we should have won that one as well. But good news about all those races, and including this one, we were at least an excellent car, and it wasn't our inability to drive or a slow car or something that put us in those situations. It was just circumstances. So I'm right with it. We're racing for that 23 top fives to beat Mark Martin's 22 top fives that he had the first season we were in the Cup Series. That was just head and shoulders above everyone else. We had 22 last season with the easier cars. And so taking on a bigger challenge this season with all the cars upgraded and knowing that everyone we're facing is at top form has made it a lot more challenging and then a lot more rewarding, not only when we win, but if we get to that top 20 or the top 5 23 times by the end of the season, that'll be a very rewarding way to end the series. So if you're sitting here saying, well, he's already got the championship in mind, it's not worth watching the rest of the episodes, yeah, I get that. But we're also still going for the top 5s to get that record. So there's still stuff for me to race for. And then when we get to NASCAR Heat 5, we're not going to be winning for a long time. So it's going to be starting it all over again. And I don't know how long it'll be before we start to win. So keep that in mind. We're going to go seasons likely before we're winning races and vying for a championship in each series.
Stay high. Still there.
The speed up somewhat coming off here.
You're all clear.
These are the spots where I think about racing differently, because I've got a line of cars that all of a sudden I'm like, I want to pass them all before a corner. I want to get to them and pass them all before this point, and I have, where I'd have to slow down for them or whatever. That's not the way to do it. You just got to do what you can, drive the car the way that you drive it, and the rest will work itself out. This is another perfect example. I'm going to get in front of Henson, but not in front of Wallace. I have to keep that in mind. Oh, Wallace, you're so nice. Thank you. That's a little thank you tap for him.
You're all clear.
It was also because I just let off the analog stick a little too much. But we'll call it a thank you tap for him not riding right down on the line and giving me the open to get around him. He's already a lap or two down, so appreciate him not pushing me. He's got his own race to run. We've got Bobby Labonte going on a pit road about halfway through the run, so maybe having some issues with his car. Not great for the number 18 Interstate Battery team. Ooh, I thought I would have a good run on the outside there, but Terry kind of came up a little bit. We're good. This is a perfect opportunity for us to get a nice run out and get in front of Sadler and then outbrake. Not wreck the corner. See, that's the other big part. Got to make... Sure, he had that dent on his fender, by the way. He did not hit us. We have no contact, see? Not on the back end. Getting back up to Harvick, and I see Newman, but Harvick was one of the ones that was a bit of a challenge there. Newman, Kurt Busch. Is that Bobby Hamilton up there? Good for him being in front of Kurt Busch, having a decent run, I think. Or these guys are all having terrible runs. I don't know where they actually are in the running.
Still there.
This is where it gets hard for me. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Yeah, I just had to get enough there that he wasn't going to dive down all the way.
Clear high.
And then I don't want to be around those white lines because those white lines are death. There's no forgiveness in those white lines. Kurt Busch will absolutely run the inside. That's fine because if we can get on the gas just a little bit, we didn't. We didn't. I might be able to get an outside run on him though.
Still there.
That was so close to the wall. I'm like, well, expect to tag the wall there. I ended up getting around it. All right.
Still there.
I feel like I've passed John Wood
Clear
way
high.
too many
Car
times
high.
here.
You're
Oh,
all
we're going
clear.
to drift this corner. Oh, boy. I don't know if it's awesome that I've learned how to save that sometimes, but, or if it's just sad that we've done it so many times, whether it be in practice or races throughout the seasons, that we've learned how to resolve that. I cannot do it on that white line, though. That white line, there's just no recovery. You touch it, and your car just snaps. So this one, it's different. The apron is a little higher, but it's like gradual, I guess. I don't know. You seem to be able to figure it out there. Is that Burton right there? We passed Burton when we started this run. We're about to lap him again. Interesting. Well, we get a really nice run off of here, but John Daly, is he holding him up enough?
Clear high.
This is where we're doing one of those moves, but
All
we're going to
clear.
do it. Yeah.
Yellow's out.
Well,
All
that's
clear.
not from us. That yellow is not from us. Question is, do we pit? Do we pit? I don't know. I'll figure out how many laps are in the race because we're going to have 13 at the line with the car. 13 left in the tank. I'll have to take a look. 86 to go. We'll get 40 in it. I know we have to stop another time, so if we pit now, with probably 85 to go, that's 38 laps. That's not good. It's not good enough.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green
We
flag.
pit, so give me a moment,
Carlo.
please. No other lead lap car pit.
Still there.
So it was very important that that happened, that we pit. And as soon as we get around
Carlo.
Echo River,
Clear low. You're all clear.
it's just the fast cars out front,
Clear low.
and that's good too. Bear with me here while I'm
Stay high.
Well,
Still
I'm
there.
racing with these cars that all have to pit in like maybe 10 laps tops. Maybe even less. I thought for sure that they would pit, at least some of them. So when none of them pit, I was really surprised. I only have a way to get around here.
Stay low.
Maybe
Still
here.
there. Car high. All clear.
You'll be all right. You're fine. He's fine. Just gives them something to do when they're on pit
Still
road.
there.
I swear
Still
that
there.
that didn't even register on my car. That contact with Kenseth. Huh.
Okay, that's the halfway mark. You're all
Halfway
clear.
through the race, back in second. Ricky Rudd, the only other car that's led laps. And it's just a very short matter of time before those cars are all going to be a lap down. Even though we're off schedule, I'm betting that, and of no fault of our... Oh, by the way, Terry Labonte blew his engine. That was the last caution. But by no fault of our
Still
own,
there.
another caution will come out at some point. And when it does,
All
hopefully
clear.
we'll have everybody a lap down and be in an awesome spot to pit, even if it's not our last time. Because we do have to pit technically 2 more times. We're short by like 7 laps to pitting just 1 more time. Which would have been why they didn't pit, but I think it was a risk worth taking. Because the expectation is, say this goes green the whole time, the expectation is that we'll pit, and if a caution comes out, we will pit again. Basically, the next time a caution comes out, we're going to pit again. Whether it comes out now or it comes out on the next run, we'll just pit, and that'll put us in line. So, if this race goes cautionless, we are golden. We have a lead over the leaders. They will pit now or soon. We'll put them down a lap, no big deal. Then we'll pit. They'll be right back up on us again. And then that'll be it. They'll pit their last, that'll be it. We'll be in front of them the whole time. Yes. Looks like Kenny Schrader, blown engine or something. He was smoking on pit road. Looks like Jeff Gordon's going onto pit road right now. So the expectation is the rest of those 4 cars will be jumping onto pit road pretty soon. Yeah, Kenny Schrader blew his engine. There goes Tony Stewart. He's a lap down. Gordon's a lap down. The other 3 are on pit road now. They'll all be a lap down soon. And my plan is working. Really, what that does for me, especially when they're a lap down, is if a caution does come out, it puts us in just a glorious situation. Like, if a caution even came out right now, because we do still have to pit 2 times, we could pit now, and it'd be okay. Because then we're just in line with pitting the last time, but have everybody a lap down because we don't lose a lap pitting under caution. So that's a big deal. Big deal for us, folks. It was a ginormous brain move, potentially. Oh, we have a lot of triple-digit cars sitting here. Oh, and Matt Kenseth. Oh, my goodness. There's a lot of cars coming off the pit road. These are the types of things that bring out cautions. Little smoke in front of us. Little Mike Mack not running the line. Just deciding to drive in the middle of the track. That's fine. He gets to drive wherever he wants to drive. My job to figure out how to get around.
Carlo, all clear.
Doesn't make it any less annoying, but that's okay.
Still there.
Around him here. Little tap, no big deal.
You're all clear.
That's it. That's the bad. That's the bad right there. Oh, we're okay. Wow, was that dangerous? We're okay. Doji can't recover from that real well. Oh, what's going on here? Why is he running so slow? Did he blow a tire? Or is he just running slow from avoiding us? Maybe. I was unfortunate. We'll have to keep that in mind. I was trying to get around the inside of him, so I went just a little tight. Hey, what's up, guy? Thought you're going to hit this corner now and slide out because for some reason they do that. Oh, he didn't. Holy crap. Minor contact with somebody on their side. We go into a corner and they always seem to slide out. It's really weird. Ah! John Wood.
Still there. All clear.
All right, get it back together, man. You're doing fine. Get it together. Triple-digit cars running a little slower. That's all right.
Still there. All clear.
Oh, I'd love to be able to get a really good drive off here.
Still there.
Didn't happen the way I'd hoped. Well, that happened because... yeah, that's going to be hardcore.
Carlo.
Wow.
All clear. There's a spin in turn 3. The yellow's out.
Oh, there it is. We'll pit because we have to, but also because what a cluster. Holy crap. All right.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green flag. Carlo.
All right, we pit.
Carlo.
And just short shift the crap out of this whole thing because I had to. We have cold tires and... oh,
high.
Keep it off the
Still
wall.
there. Still there.
Oh, hold on. This is okay, but could be intense coming out of turn 4. Straighten it out. Drive off. Woo! That was way better than I thought it was going to be. Just have to get around these two. Put them back a lap down where they belong. You know, we pit, which is why they were back up in front of us to get that opportunity.
Still there.
If a caution were to come out,
All clear.
they would be back on the lead lap, so certainly don't need that happening. All right, so now we do just have to pit one more time. And that was kind of the point of doing that. Not the caution. We didn't want to bring the caution at all, but I mean, the point of us pitting there was because that way now we can just pit the last time and we'll be good to go. Otherwise, we still had to pit 2 times. I am not going to... I will speed it up. We haven't had a speed up since the first run, if I recall. We're going to speed this one up. And, no need to. I mean, we got this lead, 31 laps in the tank. And we're just going to go ahead and drive our way around, try to be patient. And we'll be back with you when we're pitting for the last time, whether it be under caution or it be a green flag stop, which I kind of wouldn't mind doing a green flag stop here. It's kind of rare. It's hard for cars to do to drive around this track 40 times or so without getting into a wreck, even when it's not involving me. So anyway, though, we'll be back with you. Caution or pitting for the last time.
Still there. All clear. Car low. Car high. Clear high. The yellow's out.
Well, that
There's the speed in
sucked.
turn 3.
That sucks. Oh well. That's stupid. We'll pit for our last time.
Car's out.
I don't know. I kind of zoned out. I was just doing my laps, and that happened. That sucked. I didn't want to do that.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green flag. Car low. Clear low.
28 laps left in the race. Everybody pit as they should have. Second place on is all up for grabs. Tony Stewart is more than a lap down. I don't know how that actually... Oh, yeah. It's because we lapped him. In the first run, we lapped him naturally. Which, honestly, if this thing had run green the whole time, we would have lapped everybody naturally at least once. At least once. I will admit, I made 2 mistakes in this race. Both brought out cautions. Neither were intentional. I don't want to make excuses, but... and I won't. They were my mistakes. Regardless, I will say this, though. We would have won the race. And this one is... Don't skip, though. Don't... Stay here. Where are you going? No, stay here. Don't click that button. We're right here. Don't you want to see the end? Don't you want to support me? You do what you got to do. I'm glad to be that, unless I blow the engine or have a catastrophic failure, which would be hilarious since we came over to Toyota. We haven't had a single one happen. Which also, how weird is that? There is no difference in this car. I put a different sponsor on it. There is no sponsor selections in this game. I created this whole little sub-story about how we left Chevrolet to go to Toyota for a fresh start. And we haven't had a single mechanical failure since. And also, we won all but 3 races since we switched over. So that's pretty funny as well. And of those 3 races that we didn't win, it was a 10th place, a 3rd place, and a 3rd place. And the 10th place should have been a win, but we were off schedule. So imagine that. We literally have not, except for the 10th place, have not scored out of the top 5 since switching over to Toyota, which is not anything different. The game knows nothing of what I did, but that is super funny that I picked when I picked to make the change, because that apparently was when the game decided that this car had had enough problems and the rest of the season was going to be clean. We've got 1 race left after this. 1 race, folks. For those of you that have been here the whole time, thank you so much for watching all the videos and supporting me since the beginning. For those of you who are new, excited to have you here. Very excited to grow the channel as I have during this series. We went from 0 to 243 as of this video being recorded without me promoting this channel not one time. So that part is pretty awesome. And we're about to start the NASCAR Heat 5 series, which is going to be very unique, having subscribers as AI drivers in it. And I should expect that series to last quite a while and to be ever-changing and ever-growing. And I'll add other things to it. And what I'm hoping for... Well, I'll have to figure out what we'll do next. Because I don't think that we're going to have... I don't think we're going to have enough... I don't think this is going to run all the way through 2024 until iRacing puts out the NASCAR game.
20 to go.
So... we'll see what we do. I mean, if it's close, though, like if they're like, yeah, we're going to put it out in spring of 2025, and this actually runs for a year, or the NASCAR Heat 5 runs for a year. Because remember, and I said this in the last episode, I recorded episodes for this since January of this year. I just didn't start putting the episodes out until March, and therefore I was putting them out 7 days a week. But if I'm putting out 4 episodes a week, because I eventually had to change that because of the distance of the races, how long it takes to record, all that extra stuff. But if I do that, and I end up getting close to the time, we'll put in like a filler game for a little while or something. Or maybe we'll just run another final season in NASCAR Heat 5. I don't know. But like I said, this series, which is just 3 racing series is inside of the video series. We had the Dirt, the Trucks, and the Cup series. Was a year's worth of recording, and then in the other one, in the next one, we're going directly into the Truck series, then Xfinity, and then the Cup series. And I would like to add for the final season, just do a season outside of the career probably of the next gen mod that they did, which I will paint the cars. I'll change the paint schemes probably, but I'm not going to. I don't think that I'll run that I don't think you can run that inside of the career. I'm not sure, but if you can, I'll just change the cars in the career and run the final season of the career that way. It'll be fun, or maybe we'll do something fun at the end of it if we're getting close to the iRacing NASCAR game coming out, because that'll probably be the next one we run afterward. And then who knows, by then, I might be doing some iRacing, because the biggest thing that's a difference between me doing this and doing that is I don't have a ton of experience with the steering wheel stuff, and so I would like to get that. I will also say this, if it gets near, maybe I'll run a season in the iRacing, in actual iRacing, with the AI drivers. Or I'll run real race. I don't know. You know, there's so much that can happen. Great thing about the racing genre is there's so many options out there for me and for you guys as well. So we'll definitely keep it entertaining. We'll try to make everything that we do unique, or everything I do on this channel unique to the channel, and not just the same old regurgitated crap that everybody else puts out, which, by the way, is highly entertaining. But when you're a newcomer like I am, I should expect that I'm putting out something that is a little more unique, just so that I can kind of stand. I can make it worth people wanting to come and check out my channel. And then, of course, once I've grown enough that people just want to watch me do the default stuff, well, maybe we'll run the default stuff. I won't be able to mod. I likely won't be able to mod iRacing's NASCAR game, so that'll just be the game itself. Just like if I were to do extra races like I talked about with Forza Motorsport, I won't be able to. I can't mod that. But the nice thing about Forza Motorsport, you don't need to mod it. My paint schemes in there are unique to me and the drivers I'm racing against, so that part's cool. NASCAR Heat 5, the coolest thing I can do there is put in custom drivers and their paint schemes. Oh, that's stupid. I can't. Oh, that was so lucky. That's what I'm talking about. You could afford to get on the apron there. Oh, come on. 21 in the town. I don't even know how many laps are left in the race, but you can afford to hit that apron, get up on that apron, and not wipe out. As to where if I touch the apron coming out of 4, you can't. There's no chance. So I want to say there's going to be less than 10 to go when we come back out. John Borland in the Hardy's car messing up. Oh, leave it in the comments if you're still here. If you could take one of the cars from here that's one of the triple-digit drivers and bring them to the NASCAR Heat 5 game, let me know who it would be. I think that would be fun to include one of the drivers from this game, but not a known driver, and put them in the NASCAR Heat 5 series with their paint scheme. Maybe a little updated, but with their paint scheme.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green flag.
7 laps left in this one. Let me tell you, right before we went on... Oh, I always do that. Anyway, right before we went on to our break from the caution that was brought out by John Borland, I had the thoughts in my brain of bringing over one of the drivers from this series. Could be from the Cup series, could be from the Truck series. Let's leave it just the Cup or Truck series. Bring him over to the NASCAR Heat 5 game as one of our special drivers. I think it would be fun. I think it could be interesting to have that story in the game. I know who I would have in mind right off the top of my head. There's probably 3 drivers that I would consider bringing over, and between the Truck Series and the Cup Series. But I want to know what your thoughts are. In the comment, just leave what it is. Hey, this driver. That's it. You know who the drivers are. If you don't, do a quick check back. If you're like, oh, who are the truck drivers, blah, blah, go take a look at them. Maybe look at the standings that were posted at the end of the Truck Series seasons, stuff like that, if that's how you want to do it. Or, if you want someone from the Cup Series, it's got to be triple-digit car in the Cup Series. The Truck Series does not have to be a triple-digit truck. It would be whoever. I mean, obviously, Matt Crafton is still there, so he's not the driver we're going to bring over because he's actually in the Cup Series or in the Truck Series in NASCAR U5. So think about it and leave a comment right away. I will look at all the comments and I'll put it into a poll then. This is going to be quick, so if you guys don't do it, I'll just pick someone myself. But put it in a poll, and by the end of the week, we'll have the poll up. This is Thursday's video, so I'll put the poll up on Saturday this week, which will be November, what is it? 4th, I think, is November 4th, Saturday. So November 4th, the poll will come up, and it'll be quick. Probably a 12-hour poll, because I got to do the paint scheme and put them in the game. And then once that's all said and done, we'll have one driver from the Dirt to Daytona series that is not in the NASCAR Cup or in the NASCAR Heat 5 series put into that, and they'll come with us through our journey. Anyway, we're coming around to the final lap of the race. Just when you thought with the lead that we had, I couldn't make it interesting, but I did. Whole conversation, last lap. We had a fantastic drive. We did a fantastic job in this race. We did exactly what we needed to do to put ourselves into first place. And Tony Stewart in 5th place is, and I left my mouse on the screen, that's on me. Tony Stewart in 5th place is 2 laps down, and I truly believe without the cautions, we would have had at least everybody 2 laps down. We are insanely fast and good on this track, and couldn't be more proud of this team to bounce back after 2, not extremely disappointing, but when you're hoping for a win every time, a little disappointing races in the last 2. In top 5 for the race, Tony Savoy, Matt Kenseth, Sterling Marlin, Ricky Rudd, and Tony Stewart. Tony Savoy is now virtually assured the Cup champion. We have the Cup. We have an 842-point lead. Physically impossible to beat us. We could not even show up to the next race, lose 185 points to Tony Stewart winning, and we would still win the championship. But folks, we'll be there. We'll be there. 22 top 5s, 19 victories, and let me tell you right now, we need that final top 5, and I will be pleased with this series as a whole. Tomorrow's episode, November 3rd, 2023. November 11th race in this game, the championship race, Homestead-Miami, the final race of the series. Folks, it is upon us. It is exciting. Remember, post who you would like to see from the Cup or Truck Series in this game, from the triple-digit Cup cars or any of the truck cars. Post who you would like to see. I'll gather all the comments. If there's a bunch of them, we'll break it down. We'll let everybody vote on it. It'll be a quick vote. We'll turn around and put that person in the game for NASCAR Heat 5. If nobody, comments or anything, I'll just select somebody and put them in. But I think it'd be a lot more fun to have it be someone that you guys would like to see in NASCAR Heat 5. Let me know in the comments. And we're going to see you in the next episode, because that is going to do it for this episode, folks. Thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And until next time, and of course, as always, you take care.